Hello and welcome to another episode of BakeoCraft. Last episode we discussed the little mix-up of the two episodes and how we were going to have to break them up into two unintertwined episodes, and I really hope you enjoyed the last one. Ultimately, I was pretty happy with how it came out. And I'm excited to show you what we have planned today. But if you're just watching for this episode, if you just got here, welcome. And this episode and the last episode were originally filmed as one episode, one big old episode that was a lot of cuts back and forth between two different builds, and it was all very confusing. And so I took the two pieces apart, and sometimes they were fused together in such a way that there was a bit of loss or a bit of one sticking to the other when I pulled them apart. And it was just unavoidable, but it still resulted in what I think was the best overall product, and I'm excited to show you the second half. I'm also a really big fan of this new transition. Here we go.
Man, this terrain is just an absolute nightmare. If you told me we were living in the remains of some kind of massive artillery fire, I would believe you. I died on that pillar. So what are we doing back at the village? Well, honestly, we're just passing through. I have been giving a lot of thought to what we want to do with Mother Mountain over there. It is essentially just a massive, massive plateau up top, and it's just screaming for some kind of build. Oh, that's really cool. Hate to destroy this. All right. So good. So what kind of build should go up on top of Mother Mountain? Well, I will tell you. I want to make a massive custom forest up on top of Mother Mountain. This is the problem with making massive custom forests is that, at least for me, I get fairly bored making custom trees. I like it for a little while. It's a fun project for a minute or so, but it can start to get old after a while. So how do we fix this problem? Well, my solution is this. I want to make a custom forest, and I want to dedicate trees to you, the viewers. So while the channel is small, that's going to be really easy, right? All you have to do is comment, and I will put you on a list, and you will have a tree planted in your honor on Mother Mountain. And we will either do a hanging sign, or I could, be an adult for 5 minutes and do some research and learn how to, bring custom player heads into the world. But we'll have some method that we'll use to show that, hey, this is Arn's tree, or Becca's tree, or Ben's tree, whoever else comments. And we will make a tree just for you. And then as the channel begins to grow, that will become less and less feasible. But if we get growth to the point that, say, channel memberships or Patreon become a reasonable thing, then that'll be a Patreon perk or something like that. But that is, that's way in the future. So for now, I'm gonna keep collecting this cherry blossom, and I got a very, very special tree in mind. I'm very excited about it. And I will cut back to you. And if you want your own tree, hop in the comments right now and just say something. Tell me you want a tree, and we will get you a tree. Look at all these bees. Look at all these bees. We just gotta wait for the sun to go down. Go into this little bee nest here. I can scoop them up, and we can absolutely be certain that we have enough bees to populate a bee farm. Oh, there they go. There they go. What a lucky find. Is there only room for 3? Oh, there's only room for 3. Still, not half bad. All right. I just got to remember not to put this... There we go. Got to remember not to put this hive down until it's somewhere safe. And then all we got to do is breed up these bees in here, and away we go. Where's the bed? Got to find a bed. Okay, welcome to the top of Mother Mountain. There's some lava here. Like I said, it's basically just like it is down there. Except, you know, we're substantially higher. So, what are my plans up here? Never mind, we just talked about that. Disregard. My plans up here are to make a massive custom forest. And one of the first things I want to do is start putting in some water. Now, I did not bring water with me, so that is to come. But this is already the perfect shape, or just about, for a nice pond. And so, I'm just going to go ahead and fiddle with the shape a tiny bit. Yeah, we'll fill this up with water, and we will have ourselves, we will have ourselves a nice pond. But in the interim, I would like to make our first tree. And one of my favorite trees to make is a weeping willow. I think weeping willows are just awesome. I think they're a gorgeous tree all on their own. But I also think that they make for really manageable and fantastic looking Minecraft trees. And so that's what we're going to be doing today. But before we do that, I have a little something to read. Arnstein Styles 9730 asks, what's the top 3 movies you've seen in the last 3 years? So I did not prepare for this question. I'm just going to kind of go rogue on it. But I don't watch a ton of movies. I haven't seen a lot of new movies this year. But what I've been rewatching is the American Pie movies. Now, I grew up in a relatively conservative home, and so the American Pie movies were just off the table. You know, the understanding was these are just raunchy, filthy movies with no content whatsoever. And while there is absolutely an element of that, and if you are not of age, I absolutely would not recommend them for you. But if you are, they are absolutely hilarious and also genuinely well thought out. There is a plot that it does not get credit for, and I cannot recommend the first 3 movies highly enough. They play with coming of age and the idea of what you think you want versus what will actually satisfy your needs, and they do it in just ridiculous and creative and over the top ways. I think that's why those movies were so successful, and that's why a lot of the movies that came after them probably weren't, is because American Pie was dealing with, you know, high school and college age boys. You know, they're not necessarily the most well-behaved group of individuals all the time, but it had a lesson about what is important and how, you know, your perception of things when you're young is not always accurate, that I'm a huge fan of as I've grown older. But back to the tree. All right, so I think we got a pretty decent little structure here. The beautiful thing about willow trees is that they're really, really simple to make in Minecraft. Now, normally, I would make a willow tree using birch branches, or birch leaves. It's just, that is what I've always done. But when I was looking up reference images for birch trees, I saw it may have been photoshopped, but it looked real. A real life picture of a cherry blossom willow tree. It was absolutely gorgeous. I don't know where such tree would grow, if it is actually something that happens in nature or not, but it was just one of the most beautiful trees I'd ever seen, and I was like, that right there, that is the one, that is the tree we are going to start our custom forest with. And I don't know why, but I feel strongly that we should put one more right there. Now, here we go. I think I want one more branch kind of going out at a diagonal. That feels right as well. There we go. And maybe something like this. So the idea with this willow tree design is that essentially all you have to do is run leaves up over the top, like so. And then you just have to drape the leaves down. So it's a super simple design, and you don't have to worry about the difficulty that comes along with placing leaves. Placing leaves is hard with custom trees. I have gotten better at it over the years, but it is not something that comes naturally to me. And so this is just a great custom tree if you have the same problem, because there we go. It practically makes itself. See, isn't that beautiful? No? Fair enough. Give me a minute and I will make it beautiful. I don't even want to say lesson 1, but as a reminder, if you're going somewhere new to build, bring a bed. Because it is not fun to have to go find sheep to shear in the middle of the night while being bombarded by creepers. Ultimately not that big a deal. Seriously, what? Okay, all my previous not complaints, but worries that perhaps I accidentally had some kind of super easy world set up. No more. Complaint officially withdrawn. This is insanity. I don't know what kind of magic creepers I'm dealing with, but they are unbelievably frustrating. And I look forward to not having to deal with them. Well, that's never going to be the case. And I don't look forward to not having to deal with creepers. Creepers are part of the game, and I do love this game. Whew, but they can be annoying sometimes. All right, there we go. So we got leaves on all the top parts. And now we have to begin draping them. I reached the hay. There we go. All right, so that is, if you haven't figured it out, the next step in making these weeping willows is you gotta start bringing down the leaves so as to have them weep. And you also want to bring them out here and there to create texture. Especially when they start to intersect. That's when you know, okay, this is somewhere where I absolutely have to. Absolutely have to start bumping them out so that it's not just one wall of leaves. There we go. It's also, it's good to know, hey, there's some spots where, the leaves are converging, so I don't need to necessarily place these here because they're just going to get lost and a massive wall of leaves. So yeah, let's see. Here's a good way to show what a difference it makes. Here's the undraped side. It's like a tree mullet. Here's the draped side. Obviously, you can still kind of see that top part. We'll have to clean it out. But look at what a difference that makes. And when that goes all the way around and you start, building the terraforming around it and making the ground and the water beautiful, man, it is going to come together. I'm telling you. What a horrible, horrible sight. Lesson/reminder number 2 of building custom trees. You will need so many more leaves than you think you do. This is probably the kind of thing you want to take on once you have shulker boxes. But we are stubbornly sticking to the concept, and I'm okay with that. So, from one mountain to the other I go. I gotta collect some more leaves. All right. We are all done with the tree, at least. And I am fairly happy with it. It'd be nice if there was a little more, I don't know, deviation, or if it was possible to get the kind of detail to show, the breaks in the tree a little bit better. But I think that's just going to be one of those things that Minecraft doesn't really do, and that's part of the game, and that's okay. So, this is our weeping cherry blossom. I think it is it's a decent little start, and obviously it's a bit of an easy tree because creeper holes. It hides itself. The leaves are basically the entirety of the tree, but that's also kind of how weeping willows work. So I'm not too worried about it. Now, question I'm sure is on everybody's mind. Whose tree did we just build? The answer, I don't know what numbers go at the end of this subscriber name. Give me 1 second. And the first tree in the BakeoCraft world goes to Becca Rice 7615. That doesn't fit on the sign. Becca Rice. Becca was our first guest, one of our first commenters, and part of the exclusive club I refer to as the Brain Trust, who I run all my ideas by. So, this is Becca Rice's tree. Becca, I hope you like it. And I'm going to get to work on the surrounding area for a little bit, try and beautify this up a little bit, and I'll see you all back here shortly. Well, I have run out of coarse dirt, so I'm going to have to go find some gravel, because I think I am out of coarse dirt. But all of these big holes are where we plan on starting to sprinkle in coarse dirt and texturing out the area. I trimmed some big cuts into the draping foliage just to let you see the tree itself from the outside a little more. I felt like that was something it needed. And we placed down these little cherry blossom leaves. What are they called? Pink petals. A little on the nose, don't you think? But yeah, this is what we got so far. And once we have the coarse dirt in place, we'll start to add a lot more foliage and start to really bring the life back into the build. But for now, this will do. My only real complaint is that this water is like mini golf course blue. Like, you ever go to an outdoor mini golf course and the water is like Slurpy blue. Yeah, that's what we're talking about. So might have to fiddle with some resource packs, see if I can do something about that. But overall, I'm really happy with how this turned out. And Becca, hit me up in the comments. Let me know what you think of your tree. If you hate it, I'll make you a new one. Maybe. Think about it. But yeah, that is you know what else this could use is some height variation on these leaves. They are all coming down to exactly the same point. That does not look good. That was the problem. Oh, look at that. What a difference that makes. Huh. How fun. Yeah, so I feel like this is probably a haircutting principle that I just stumbled onto. You don't want everything to be the same length. But yeah. Okay, just got a little bit better. And oh, also, I think it's Ender Chest time. We have all the things to make an Ender Chest, and boy, would that make a lot of things a little bit simpler. So I'm gonna hit this lava pool up, and I'm gonna get things for an Ender Chest. All right, and then we're just gonna tuck it right in here. Ooh, that's gonna look sketchy. Gotta make sure that can't happen. There we go. And I'm just going to grab it, and we're going to tuck it right there in the roots of the weeping cherry tree. And, yeah. I think we're good here for now. Yeah, now for just the last of the texturing. Ooh, right there. That's the one. And oh yeah, I grabbed a couple of sea pickles. I thought a little lighting in the water would look nice. So I'll go ahead and throw those down, and then just a little bit of bone meal, just to add some variation, and just gonna help out the pond to not just look like blue water. We good? All right, man, we good. I got no beef with you. So yeah, this is Becca's tree, and this is you can't bone meal this? Darn. This is Becca's pond. Well, this is Mother Mountain's pond, really, but it is coming together nicely, and I think the goal long term will be to have some kind of path that kind of winds through where we get to show off everybody's trees. But for now, this will certainly do, and I am very happy with the start. And yeah, I'm pretty sure that's all the time we have. I cleared out all that obsidian. But there is one last thing I'd like to show you. Actually, I don't even have to travel for this. I can show you right up on Mother Mountain. Just a little sneak peek for what we're doing next week.